Hi Professor, my name is Vikram Sharma. I'm making the video of what I have learned from week one. So in this video, from this week, I have grabbed the information of crime. What is crime? Like there are two different approaches, like objectivist legislative approach and social reaction approach. So laws are considered a reflection of widely shared costumes and beliefs. Codified into legal status, value, consensus, position, or normative position. Simply, crime is something that is against the law. We are doing something that is opposite the law. Criminality is limited to its legal construction. Like the goal of the criminologists is to analyze rule breakers and answer the question, what are the causes of criminal behavior. So firstly, I will gonna talk about objectivist legislative approach. This approach can be defined. Crime informs several theories, biological. The example of biological is Lombroso. Psychological example, Clalke. Sociological explanations of offending, example Hirschi and Gottfredson. Criminal justice in Canada. Our criminal justice system is also modeled on the objectivistic legislative approach. There are three types of laws: criminal law, civil law, and administrative law. So I'm gonna discuss administrative law, then after civil law, and after that I'm gonna discuss about criminal law. So what is administrative law? Administrative administrative law is a form of a public law that governs the relationship between individual and state, like labor relations, landlord and tenant relations, regulating employee insurance. And what is civil law? Civil law is a arrangement between individuals, example disputes, wills, contracts, and properties. And what is criminal law? So criminal code of Canada also a form of public law. There are three different categories, like crimes against a person, example homicide, and sexual assault, also called violent crime. Property crime, example theft over 5,000 and breaking and entering any property. Offenses that are wrong with no obvious victim, example if we are using illegal drug use, like this is also called public order crimes or victimless crimes. Criminal justice in Canada. Breaking administrative and civil laws leads to serious punishment, example fines. Then violations of criminal law, example in incineration. Most criminal offences in Canada require an evil act and evil mind. Children under 18 and the insane are unable to form mens rea and are therefore not held criminally responsible for their actions. So offense types in Canada fall into two main categories, like summary offenses and inductable offenses. Summary offenses, the example of summary offenses are causing a disturbance, and the example of the indictable offenses, example murder, assault with a weapon. Major reason of this is like a plea bargaining, negotiation between a coast or their counsel and crown prosecutor. First contact of a person with criminal justice system is with police. Police can arrest a person without with or without a warrant and charge them. Accused is not always detained, taken into custody. If detained, a bail hearing sometimes, whether accused is granted bail or is remanded prior to trial. Prior to European prior to Europe colonization of what is Canada now, indigenous people had different legal systems, different legal trends based on different set of customs and practices than Western legal systems. different understandings of legal concepts such as property, evidence, and how justice is administrated. Uh, they are also existed, and they were also supposed to be passed in a oral form, not codified, like written down like Western system are. Elders and cultural ceremonies played into central roles. Crime and social reaction. The development of labeling theory by Howard Baker in 1960s and later by various critical criminologists in the 1970s led to a questioning of the objectivistic legislative approach. Definition of crime needs to be less narrow. There is no consensus in society regarding what is like deviant behavior. The law is not a reflection of consensus in society regarding what is should be a crime. Crime and reaction. Howard Baker. No act is inherently deviant or criminal. Social groups makes the like rules and apply them to behaviors and consequently create deviance. Deviance and crime are socially constructed. The deviant is one to whom but that label has successfully been applied. Deviant behavior is a behavior that people so label. The label deviant is a social or reaction to deviance. And social constructionism, examining the process through which social problems like crime and deviance are defined and responded to. Meaning of deviance and crimes varies across social and cultural contexts and time. Harm is not always a predictor whether a behavior gets to be defined as deviant or criminal. Like crime is not always an objective condition. Social deviance is a continuous variable that ranges from the most serious to the least serious acts in any society. Criminal behavior is usually considered to be deviant behavior, but not all deviant behavior is criminal. Like, why are some behaviors regarded simply as social deviance? Why are some behavior are breaches of administrative status? Why are a select number of behavior viewed as a criminal? So what behaviors in society are considered harmfully or socially injurious? And the question arise here, like, are they all crimes? So according to conflict criminologist or critical criminologists focus on the entire lawmaking process. What becomes law and which behaviors are criminalized is the result of social conflict. Critical definitions of crime and crime generally include concepts such as social class, race, and gender, and examine the power imbalances that exist between different groups in society. So moral regulation, social regulation of behavior is based on moral regulation. Importance of social institutions in generating social discipline and self regulation. Criminologists need to ask why whose morals are being regulated by whom. So the moral entrepreneurs and politics. Canadian Opium Act 1908, questionable prohibitionist drug policy that still exists today. Ontario Safe Streets Act 2000, yeah, a provincial law prohibiting various forms of panhandling and act as a squeeze cleaning of windshields. Police have the power to ticket anyone who is involved in squeezy cleaning or aggressive panhandling. So discriminates against the poor and criminalizes the homeless. So mass media accounts of crime play and like integral role in how we understand the social reality of crime. These tend to depict personal fear and risk in which violence is commonplace. Sympathetic portrayal of victims and victims let down by a justice system, like previewed as being too soft on criminals. So research on presentation of crime in mass media shows public knowledge about crime and justice is derived largely from the mass media. The way crime is portrayed in the media differs from how crime is measured and defined officially. Decreasing consumption of mass media is replaced by increased importance of like now media, social media, and but not yet if this leads to changing some crime awareness. So according to Stanley Cohen, like he examined the impact of the media played in the shaping how crime was defined in England during 1960s. Moral panic, a conditioned episode, person, or a group of persons emerges to become defined as a threat to the social values and interests. Media promoting misconceptions can have an impact on what the public believes, what should be done to confront crime which is caused by politicians, further their own agendas, often focused on law and order. So these were the things which I got to know in week 1. And my name is Vikram Sharma and my student ID is 2326762. Thank you.